Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for the Event Crowd Lead Retrieval 101 presentation. We are really thankful that so many of you could take the time out of your busy schedules to join us for a little bit to go over the offerings that we have for the upcoming Spring High Point Market. We're really excited to be able to offer you some great new tools, and we're going to take some time today to go through the different options that we have. Um, I will say if you want to drop questions, we're going to kind of run through a few different things as we go through our different options that we have available for lead retrieval. If you do have questions, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A section as we go through, and then we will have time at the end of the presentation to go over those questions and to have some more details to get into everything. So thanks again for joining us, and let's get started. So our topics, our agenda for today, we're going to talk a little bit about Event Crowd and then go through the different options that we have available. So a little bit about us. Our team at Event Crowd has been in the event technology space for a very long time. We're proud to say we have over at least 50 years of experience in event technology and customer service. Myself alone, I've had about 15 years of working in lead retrieval specifically, and also exhibitor services. I am here to help you through the entire market and going forward to be your point of contact for all things lead retrieval. If you need anything, if you have questions, we really do encourage your feedback and encourage you to reach out so that we can present you with the best service and best tools that uh, you can have for this great market experience. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk a little bit about our lead retrieval mobile. This is really the core of our offering, which allows you to utilize an app on your own device, whether it's iOS or Android, so Apple or Android device. This offering is also available for either tablet or phone. So you have a lot of versatility. It allows you to use your own device that you may already have, and you can really capture the buyer data at a quick click of a button. Um, Everything in the lead retrieval mobile will sync back to our leads hub in real time. So you will notice, if you can see on the little screenshot here, that there's a little banner that lets you know your leads are synced. We do have a really great feature allowing offline mode to kick in. If cell service were to drop or your Wi-Fi were to drop at any time, your app will be able to continue to scan, continue to gather the data. You'll be able to work with the tool. It just, some of the details will not appear as you scan, but as soon as you sync up, everything will kind of connect together and make sure it's all seamless and added to the Leads Hub. So it gives you some peace of mind that you'll still be able to work efficiently without needing to move uh, to pen and paper or collecting business cards or anything like that. So we're really happy that it works well. The one thing I will point out as well is that we have ensured that your leads are going to be time stamped in real time. So it's not going to cover over with a sync time. It's going to really make sure you know when you talk to that buyer and what time. So that way you have a complete view of how your day went with your leads. And jumping over to a few little images with our lead retrieval mobile, you'll notice here we have common features, but we have the ability for you to add qualifiers. You can add notes. So if you wanted to add little details about your interaction with a customer, or any type of like key points, you can jump in and kind of type in a little note. We also have surveys that can be built. We do provide you with some default ones just to make things easier, but you can actually jump into the Leads Hub and build out whatever custom qualifiers you want. The one nice thing about Event Crowd's tool, we don't limit you. We provide you with as many qualifiers, as many surveys as you want, let you really go in and customize what you need to do. And you can jump in ahead of time and take a few moments to build out these features hub before market actually rolls around. So you don't have to wait till the last minute to get prepared. So that's a little our tool. And you will notice that this uh, this tool works in the same way on both devices. So nice, easy, simple features that give you a lot of power. All right, moving right along. We're going to go into our lead retrieval web. Now, Lead Retrieval Web, we are renaming. We're going to kind of rebrand it a little just to make sure there's some separation so that it's easier to identify. It's now going to be known as QuickLeads. So you just, in case you see that name, just be aware we're switching it up a little. This is our version of a web portal to access your lead retrieval and scan those barcodes through there. You may have been familiar with an offering in the past that was a desktop version. This is a similar option. We're not actually putting an application on your device. This works through a web browser. So you could use, Chrome or Firefox, something like that, Safari to gather your data. It does require a barcode scanner, a USB barcode scanner, which I know some showrooms do already have used them in the past. So just keep in mind that in order to use this tool, you will need to make sure that you have a barcode scanner attached to the terminal. The nice thing about this feature, it allows you to kind of have a little bit dynamic view for your reception team, have them be able to on one screen access the surveys and qualifiers and notes. We also have a unique feature that is really beneficial where you can track group size. So if your buyer or your client comes in with a group of people, you can actually track that with a tap of a button here through the Quick Leads lead retrieval web option. There is also a continuous scan mode, and this can be really helpful if you have an event or if you have, maybe a busy time in the showroom that you might be tied up, where you can set your scanner into this continuous scan mode and it'll just capture as the buyers come in. They can just pass their barcode or on their badge under that scanner and it will grab those leads right away. So we're really excited to have this offering and make sure that we're giving this option to people because I know it's been missed. Now jumping in to the very exciting tool, which I know everybody loves and they're very excited to see what we've kind of done with this, is the rep assignment tool. Now, rep assignment can work either with the Quick Leads, the desktop or the web version, or can work with the lead retrieval mobile version. It seamlessly can transition between the two. And what we're doing here is allowing you to go ahead and build out your custom territories. We have created a dynamic territory builder where you can not only drill down your territories by country, you will also be able to go deeper into city, state, county, and zip code. And when it comes to the zip code, we are proud to say that it's all 5 digits. So you can really get down, when you have those territories where you might have a split and you have people sharing, it will give you that flexibility. So you can really get into a lot of detailed nuances with creating your territories. We will have an upload tool built in the system for you to simply take the template that we provide and fill out the template and upload it to create your territories for your reps. There are options within this rep assignment to have multiple reps included on one territory so that you can have, let's say, a shared territory, and those notifications will be going to those groups of reps. Now, the one thing that we do want to let you know is that our rep assignment offering is not working with SMS or text message. We are actually have developed a rep assignment mobile app. And this is to really make sure that your reps aren't missing any of those really important connections with their clients. So we've developed a rep app where they can receive push notifications on their device. They'll get it as soon as essentially they're built into a territory. They'll be notified to go ahead and download the app onto their device and give them instructions on those next steps. This tool really allows them to not just see the message come through, but they can actually interact. They'll be able to go into the app to look at the details, look at the notes that might be tied to it. If your front desk staff is letting people know, you know, Susie arrived and she's wearing a red dress or something along those lines, that you can add that into the notes. And that way the rep, when they receive that, they'll know exactly where to go and what to do. It will also pass over information about the location where that buyer was scanned. So if you had a front desk and maybe a side desk, for your showroom, depending on where the buyer is scanned, that will be included on those notifications. The one exciting thing as well, we do not charge anything for notifications. There's no limit on notifications, there's no limit on reps, and there's no limit on territories. This is a one-stop shop for all things for your rep assignment needs. And again, we're seamlessly passing that information and to allow your reps to be able to go in and monitor their activity throughout the High Point market. Now, I know there's been some questions that I've had discussions with this week where the rep may work with more than one product line. And so we've had this built in where they'll actually be able to see if they're managing more than one client, they'll see the differentiation between that notification. If it's for ABC furniture or XYZ furniture, they'll know which showroom and which client they're working with as those notifications come through. So we're trying to make it as simple a tool for your team to make sure that you have a really successful event. And we're gonna just jump over into a little discussion about the Leads Hub. And I'm sure there's gonna be lots of questions to go back through, but the Leads Hub is essentially where everything is going to live. This is where all your leads are syncing back from whatever device you choose for your lead retrieval. This is where you're gonna manage your qualifiers and manage your questions, your survey questions, and all of those fun things. Now, the one exciting thing that we have done is build out some reporting tools for you so that you don't have to work too hard, you know, when you're trying to review your event and kind of get things going with your leads. We've created automatic lists built for each device, each user. There's going to be automatic lists that are created when you use a qualifier. So if you build out some of those special tags in advance of the show, they're automatically going to be sorted into those lists in the Leads Hub for you to download. These leads are available at any point in the day. You don't have to wait till market is over in order to go download them. You basically can just log in. The leads will be seamlessly linked back into this hub at all day. 24/7 as you're scanning, you can watch those leads roll in. We also have some really amazing demographic reports built in there, so you can see what your geographic breakdown is of the customers that you're scanning, and then you'll have some statistical analysis tools that we have built in as well to kind of take a look and see how your flow of data is coming. Like, do you have more traffic one day? Do you have you know more traffic in one area? It really is a dynamic tool ready for you to use. So we're really excited. We're glad that we can bring this offering to you, and we are happy we could help in any way that we can, really. And I will add to the one thing that, jumping back into our offering of the lead retrieval mobile, if the leads, if your device does go in offline mode, as soon as it comes back online, or as soon as you get back onto the internet or cell service, everything pushes back over to the leads hub. There's not really anything you have to worry about in that sense. So um, that is everything for now. So I'm going to jump over to Q&A. We're going to open it up and kind of take a look and see what questions you have. Bear with me. Okay. All right. So we've got a couple answered.
Yeah, Karen, one of the questions was about, can a rep reply to a push notification? So the answer to that is they can't reply to a notification today. We are looking at adding a chat ability so you can chat with your reps. And that is something that we are um, uh, hoping to add for fall market. And the other question is about if they're available. So we have a rep has the option to say they're unavailable within the rep app, and that way, when a lead gets pushed to them, it, the system knows to go to the next if there's other reps in that territory. So there is a way to see if a rep is unavailable. When you go into your rep list, it will show you that list.
Thanks, Mark. And then we had another question: how do we load the reps per territory? So I touched on that we will have a upload tool, basically, a CSV template for you to follow and fill out the fields. And that's where you essentially plot out what are the territories that they're going to cover. And, we're trying to make it as simple and seamless a tool for you. We've worked with a couple of the exhibiting companies to get a little bit of information to make sure that it's a robust tool, but also simple. We don't want you to have to take more time than's necessary when you're building out those reps. So that upload tool is there to help. And of course, we are here to help. So if you do get stuck on anything or have questions along the way, we are here. And Frank asked, what is the sign up order process? So we have sent out invitations to order. Obviously, there's sometimes with certain exhibitors, there may be multiple contacts. So if you haven't received an invitation to order, or maybe it got caught up in your email somewhere, feel free to reach out and we will set up. It only will take a moment or two. So all right. What type of devices to be provided to showroom locations? Jordan asked. And I think you might be asking for the rental device, the rental option, which we have. If you're not using your own device, we do have a rental device available. It is going to be a Honeywell, and hopefully it stays in there. This is like a Android based device with a built-in scanner, and that is going to be what you're utilizing. So essentially, this is going to be the mobile app running on this device, and you will be able to still have everything that the mobile app offers just in that rental tool. Um, can the mobile app run on a laptop? That's a good question. I don't believe it can.
No, that's where the web
If you
that's
want
where the
to
web
correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah,
yeah. So no, the mobile app
yeah.
can't.
So that's
But, but that's where you use QuickLeads, or a web version of it, if you want to run on a laptop or a desktop.
thank you. And thank you so much. I'm glad the questions are rolling in. Kelly asked, is there a live chat available for troubleshooting? There is. Kelly, we have a live chat. We will be on site. Our team will be on site, and we also will have the ability to if you are, for example, if you were using the quick leads, the lead retrieval web option, we could use our live chat feature to even remote in and assist you through that feature. So yes, we are here. We are here to help. Laptop versus mobile devices, pros and cons. Okay, so I mean, though I'd say the one first pro and con that comes to mind is that if you're using lead retrieval mobile, that has an offline mode. So that is your, if you have maybe concerns about your Wi-Fi or your internet access in your um, showroom, uh, you may want to lean to the mobile device because that gives you the ability to, if your internet or your cell signal drops, you can, pivot very seamlessly into that offline mode to still capture those leads. With the laptop, because it is web-based, you will need internet connectivity to pass that information. So that's really the pros and cons. I think it also depends on your showroom setup. What's the flow? Do you have a space where you have dedicated for, your customers coming in to get them checked in? If you have a more open concept, a mobile device might be more user friendly in that setting than having a laptop sitting on a podium or something. You just have to kind of think about the flow of your showroom. Um, and Jordan asked, and this might be a Mark question, was this tested with a load and volume of traffic to emulate the busy time of market? So
Yes, we've tested
we
it at a
are,
couple other events, and we are doing load testing as well, with on all of our apps, as well. So it's been used at I would say, a few shows over the last couple of years, and we've improved it after each show.
yes, yeah, we are making sure that this uh, tries to have it run as seamlessly as possible. Okay, can you assign reps by dealer as well as by geography? By dealer. And I think you may be talking about different lines there with that question. Feel free to reach out if we don't answer this exactly correctly, or you can drop another question in the chat. But if you did have multiple lines, you would have the ability, if you had more than one showroom, you could have a rep assigned to more than one line, not just geographically. I think that's where you might be asking with that question. If you're, if there is something else, Reb, that we could clarify for you, feel free to reach out. I hope I'm answering that to the best of my ability. Okay. John asked, once the territory is built out, can we adjust it or make a change? If there's a change, yes. John, you would be able to go in and edit once it's built into the system. You can go back in and manually edit or, update that. You can also, we are aware that sometimes, if somebody's unwell or things change, we have worked into the rep assignment where you can basically copy or duplicate that already built out territory to copy it over to another rep or someone who might be filling in. So um, if the rep uploads CSV, please put samples. Oh yes, Rita, we will give you all the guidance. We don't want to. We're not going to just send it out to you without letting you know about all the tools for the rep upload. So we'll give you a how-to once that is released. The goal is in the next couple of weeks, actually. So um, as you guys make your orders, that will be coming live. When will the upload tool be available? So I just touched on that. Our goal is by the end of this month, but if not sooner, we're just finishing up a little bit of updates on our side, and it will be ready to roll, ready to build. Deborah asked, how are the territories defined in the system by state, zip, city? So when it comes to international, if we're talking about international countries, you will have the option to do country and state. When we get into United States and Canada, that's where we can drill down a little closer. So you'd be able to go country, state, city, county, zip. And same thing with Canada, you can do I don't believe we did counties. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but you can go the first three digits of postal code. So you can do
Yes.
the, country, province, city, first three of the Canadian postal code. So we have more versatility with those areas of North America. So I hope that answers that. Alex asked, when we go to send a push notification to reps and there are multiple reps, and there are multiple reps assigned to that territory, does it automatically send to all assigned reps, or can we pick which reps will get the notification? Mark, do you want to jump in
Right now, it's set to
on
send
this
to
one?
all that have been assigned to that territory. We are putting in some. We will be uh, introducing abilities to be able to select which reps to send it, um, and that's it may be there for spring market. This might be something that is added for fall market. It was in the initial build, um, so but it is something where we do want to add the ability to handle that for you as it's come.
Yeah. All right. So the next question, what is the process to download slash access all leads each evening to an email address? So you will be able to log into the Leads Hub, and there might be multiple users that can access. I know, depending on the showroom, there might be more than one administrator that goes in, and that's also possible. So if you had someone, let's say, in the office that to gain access, you can either have them log in themselves, or you can log in and you'd be able to download the leads or the list by CSV or Excel. And that's available at any time. Is there any benefit to having the web retrieval over a mobile app scanner? So it really depends on your setup, I think I think that there is a benefit of having the web version, depending on your setup of your showroom, depending on how it works. You have basically the entire dashboard right there for you to work. So it gives a little bit more versatility if you did have a reception desk for your team, rather than working on, like a smaller screen type device. So, they can kind of, instead of toggling back and forth to or to qualifiers and things like that, it's all built into the one screen for the web version. All right. And then where do we place the order? So I did touch on that, if you haven't received an email, please reach out. We will make sure you get signed in, get your links. And Nathan asked, is it possible for each scanned lead to automatically print to a local network printer? So we do not currently have that feature. I do know that it was a feature offered in the past with past service providers. So it could be something we might look into. But currently we do not have that as an option. Um, okay. Unless Mark, if you want to jump in with anything, but
Yep.
all right. James, will phone numbers be a required field for customers to register for the show? And I assume that is a required field, but I actually can't say with 1,000% certainty. Mark, do you know if that is required?
I'm trying to remember top of my head. Let me come back to that.
Okay. All right. We'll circle back, James. All right. The next question, is there a way to manually input a customer's name and contact info if they arrive before market or don't have their badge yet? Preferably, I like to search registered buyers by name, company, city, and upload them from the Leads Hub. Rita, I'm not sure that we have that feature available to search and manually input. It's because it's in real time scanning the QR code. Um, that is that is what we use. Now, I know with pre-market and things like that, sometimes this could be a nice feature. It's something we can definitely look into, whether or not we could maybe add that feature in. But currently, we do not have that. Um, Jordan asked, will the rep need any login credentials once they download the app? There will be, Jordan, there will be a QR code essentially for them to activate the app. It's basically just tying it to their profile. So that will come in the same email, their invitation email. It's going to give them the step-by-step, okay, download the app, make sure you've enabled push notifications, and here's scan this QR code once they open that tool. Um, will any basic QR code scanner work with QuickLeads? Most likely, but we would be happy, we would be happy to help make sure that it works. I know a lot of people have their own scanner, their own USB or, Bluetooth scanner, and majority of them will work with QuickLeads. But if you are concerned, if you're not sure, we welcome you to send us a picture of your device, picture of the model number if you can on the bottom or the back of the device, and we'd be happy to verify. But for the most
Yeah, if
part,
you
there's a majority of them that will work.
yeah, if you send us the mall number, we can
You want
check
to
for
jump
you.
in?
Uh, and then going back to James's question with the phone number is now required on our buyers form, but there will still be buyers without phone numbers, as it was not required in the past.
There we go. All right. Moving along. Okay. These are all fantastic offerings. Will you I love it. Thank you so much, anonymous attendee. Will you have how-to literature? Absolutely. We are going to have all the how-to guides, all the different details about Q&A, if you're, or it's not Q&A, FAQs, if you need, how to get it set up, how to start your qualifiers, all of those kinds of things. Last market, it took a while to get a response, and that is too bad. So yes, we will have lots of directions for you, lots of guidance, and we are here to help. So please don't hesitate, reach out. And I'm sure my inbox will be probably pretty full after this meeting, but we welcome it. We're here to make sure it works well.
Yeah, and I
Um,
recommend using the chat as well, because the chat will, if you're having issues, you can share your screen within this chat. So if you're having issues, we can see that as well.
yeah. Jesse asked, can we use Yo-Yo scanner with the app? Mm,
I guess it depends what version, because there's a bunch of versions of them.
okay.
So Jesse, if you want to send me the model number and whatnot, we can check it out for you and let you know.
And then Annabelle has a great question. Is it possible to have real-time sync to create the lead in a CRM like HubSpot, for instance? That is definitely a on our list of things that we want to create those integrations. That is something we don't have it currently, but we are looking to try to create some of those tools to help with the real-time sync. We do have, we utilize a lot of API functionality on our side, so it will be something we are working on, and hopefully, I would say most likely our hope would be for fall, or what do you think, Mark? I think,
Right now it's on a roadmap for fall, and that's where it looks like.
okay. All right. And the next question is, will the rented devices have mobile data? These are not cell phones, so they will not have mobile data. You will need to make sure it's on your Wi-Fi. Now, the caveat that I'll add with that is if you are using the rental device purely for lead retrieval, meaning you're not gonna want to use it for rep assignment, if you're just using it as a scanner, you could potentially have it activated and you could be scanning in offline mode throughout the day, add your notes, add your qualifiers, keep going. And then at the end of the night, if you go to your hotel and your hotel has Wi-Fi, you could sync it at the end of the night and it will still capture all of that data from the day. But jumping backwards, if you are trying to use the rep assignment tool with a rental device or with the mobile version, you would need to have Wi-Fi in order for it to communicate and pass along that message, those notifications. So I hope that answers that. Um, does the buyer's list include email addresses? It does not, Dale. The buyer's list that is sent in advance and post includes quite a few details about the company and the registered buyers that are attending, but it does not include email addresses. All right, Reb asked question is to assign a rep to a dealer rather than a city. Okay.
No,
We may have to sidebar. Do you know, Mark, about that?
no, we're right now the territories are
Yeah,
all uh, based on geographical information. It's not based on a dealer. Um, if you can,
yeah,
we could talk about what you're looking for, and then we can let you know. It could be it could be something we put on our
yeah,
roadmap. Um,
right. Yeah, yeah. So feel free to reach out, leads@eventcrowd.com, and we can touch base and kind of learn a little more. Once the territory is built out, can we adjust or at market if there is rep change? Yes, you can. You can go in and edit it on the fly if needed, or there will be you can duplicate and kind of copy over that rep and make those changes if you did have changes at the last minute.
we
The
also
app for notification is not integrated into the showroom. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say the other thing too. We've added a duplication ability. So if there is a rep, let's say you had a rep and they've left your organization, and you want to add a new rep. Once you can duplicate that existing rep, and all those territories gets added it can be passed on to that rep you duplicated too. So and then like Karen said, you can edit territories at any point once they're set up. Go ahead, Karen.
No, thank you. Okay, the app for notification is not integrated into the showroom app then. It is separate then. So we need to bounce from scanning and notifying staff, correct? No, the notification app for the rep is just on the rep side. So if you're scanning, you're going to be using the lead retrieval app to scan, and it's going to communicate to what you've built in the rep assignment, and that passes that through the airwaves over to the rep and goes onto their phone, their device, and sends that push notification. So they are separate, but you're not bouncing back and forth. The tool is built in. So if you scan a person and they're from Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is Bob's territory, Bob will get a notification that, you know, Susie in the red dress has arrived at the front desk. So hope that helps. Jordan has another question. Will the sales rep need to log in credentials once they download the app to get push notifications? No, once they have it activated and that they've enabled, you know, when you download an app, enable push notifications, they are good to go. And they, you know, they'll get them on their lock screen. If they don't, like, they don't have to live with their phone open, they'll get a lock screen message, same as other devices, other apps. If multiple reps get the push, is there any way one can say, I've got ABC not in showroom with another customer? So Rita, I think we touched on this. We are working on a form of two-way communication. I can't guarantee that it will be ready for this coming market. I know that the real wish list for a lot of people. So some other type of chat or messaging tool to kind of pass that information, especially if you have like a shared function. The alternative too is, you know, if your front desk staff knows who they belong to or like knows their meeting, they could add a note and say, you know, this is Bob's, you know, like so that that in the notes you can see that. For a multi-line showroom, can a qualifier be added for a line they are in the showroom for? This information gets sent with a push notification to the reps. Yeah, you could do it by qualifier for sure. They will, or in the notes, like potentially. I'm not sure if the qualifiers pass in the notifications, Mark, to the
I do.
reps.
Yep. Yep. The
They see
qualifiers
qualifiers.
and
Okay, so
notes.
they do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you could definitely do that. How can we access video recording? We will have it available after this. Once we have it prepared, Mary, we'll be reaching out to share. So, will any barcode scanner work with the Leads Hub option? The QuickLeads works, as I mentioned, works with most USB barcode scanners. Feel free to drop us an email with your model and you know, we can verify. Henry asks, can the push notification to the sales rep include the contact mobile and email? Could they be a hot link so the rep could just call the number? I'm
Yes.
not sure.
So yeah, they do. So
I
one
mean, they can go, yeah, okay,
in the leads detail, it lists the email address and phone number for that record. And
there you go. So I think it wouldn't be in the actual, like the first note part of the notification, but when they go into the app, like when they click on that notification, it will, that's where those details will be, correct?
yes,
Okay. Buyers arriving on Thursday before opening. Um,
I just answered
oh,
it.
did you? Okay, thanks. And we are almost at time, I think. So let's just see how many more we can get. The manually is needed. This is a drawback for some of us because a lot of customers do not go and get their badges. Okay, interesting. We definitely will put it on the radar to look into. I appreciate that feedback. With a mobile app, does it have a built-in scanner using the device? Yes. So it would use the front-facing camera of the device. One conversation I have had is with phones nowadays. The front facing cameras is usually in good shape. If you are using a tablet, I do recommend kind of taking a look if it's a very older, like old tablet. If the front facing camera is not autofocus, you may have some challenges with that. So we just advise you kind of to be aware of that. Will we be able to go back and look at who we have scanned and who the other front desk members have scanned on our apps, or will we only be able to look at the past scans on the desktop or laptop? So the tool, um, if you're using a mobile device, you're just looking at your own. That everything pushes to the Leads Hub, and that's where you would be able to go in and look at other devices as a whole. And then the desktop, or like you mean the quick leads, works in the same manner. You're basically one device, one user, one profile. And then if you need that information, you would go over to the Leads Hub. Um, is there any thought for adding photo options to send via notifications in future development? Well, now there's a thought. Thanks, Jordan. Now we'll
Eh,
put that on our thought list. I like that. It's interesting. Take like a little mugshot at the front desk, like when you're checking them in. I like that. We'll see. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, Henry. Let's see. In addition to James in your reply on phone numbers required, I'm confused. Is Market Authority using old contact info to register buyers and not required to be updated? I'm not sure that I can really speak to that. Yeah, I'm not sure that I can really speak to that, Henry, unfortunately. That may be a question that you will have to reach out to the team. Um, and we can certainly reach like kind of touch base about that afterwards. But I think we have covered all the questions for now. Again, we invite you to reach out with questions, reach out with any feedback as this goes. We are here to help. We are here to make sure that this is the most successful spring high point market that it can be. And we hope that you have enjoyed your time. And, if it sparks any other questions, don't hesitate to touch base with us. Thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you guys on site. It'll be great. Thanks so much.